So I think that my soft landing when people call me and I kind of let them talk these things out, what they're going through in their life, and maybe kind of get to a little bit of these pain points. But I feel like people's delivery on those calls are off a lot of times. I didn't need them to make me feel any worse than I was already making myself feel. I already didn't feel good as it was. Like, even prior to that seizure, like, I knew that I had this little baby. I knew that I shouldn't be drinking. I was waking up every morning with a lot of regret. Like, I was already in a pity party as it was. Right. If these guys would have called me and they had a different approach, I easily could have been like, fuck you guys. I'm going to Connolly Station right now. Yeah, why the fuck are you guys even calling me? F you guys. Yeah. So I feel like that's an amazing question. And if you are in a situation where there is a loved one or someone that you care about is overstaying their welcome with something in particular, and you are feeling the need to make this call, know that that person is really suffering. Yeah. Like, they're having a hard time without you making them feel bad. Yep. They already feel bad. So that, oh man, I wish I could bottle up that conversation and have it recorded for anybody who's looking for some help, because, you know, my situation was unique to myself, but most of these situations that we hear about, a lot of times these people, they kind of just need to talk it out to feel better.
Bedside manner.
Yeah, or they just need, you know, someone to make them feel like, you know what, you got this, man. Like, they were mad confident in me. And that's so I didn't want to let them down. I was already letting myself down. You know, they made the call. If I'm 2, 3, 4 days in to not drinking and it kind of pops up in my mind, I'm kind of thinking back to these guys like, man, I have immense gratitude that you guys called me. Like, I'm not going to Connolly Station right now. I don't want to let those guys down, man. Like, you gave me even more motivation, you know, to keep going. But Evan and I were talking last night a little bit, and the flow to Sober October is awesome. Does January have anything that rhymes?
Yeah, I think somebody said dry January. There you go, yep.
It doesn't flow as well.
No, it doesn't flow, but it does give you something with a little bit of a
motivation.
Hey, we turned over the calendar. Yeah. You know, we were talking a little bit New Year's resolutions and whatnot. And, you know, in the past, I've said I think New Year's resolutions can create a little bit of making you feel like you're underachieving on something. Yep. You know, if you set this big time goal in January, and then before you know it, you got some serious momentum, but then March comes and, you know, you're back on the wagon for St. Patty's Day or whatever it is. But dry January, right? That's what you guys said? That's what it should be called? I think that's good. It's got enough ring to it.
It does, yeah.
It's got enough ring to it.
Yep.
So let's take dry January into, like, what flows with February? If you want to have a fantastic February, you got to start with your dry January.
Yeah, keep the dry
January. And then
January
you got to get a little bit more momentum. But we're over here at Waves, and, you know, every time that we've been sharing our stories with all this vulnerability and all this love, there's been some faces that have come through here, and whether they hear our message or they're going through their own things, we were able to celebrate with somebody, you know, who's in the building right now, who's got 37 days. And, you know, seeing this guy's face makes me want to cry, because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to have these the family members talking to you, you know, your friends calling you, and it's powerful, powerful shit. And then you go nine years almost, and people are calling you. It starts with 37 days. 37 days can turn into 3 years. You could save somebody's life, or just change their life completely, you know, just by picking up the phone.
Yep.